loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. In this video, we're going to talk about how to understand signs, all different kinds of signs: feathers, dimes, spirit animals, songs on the radio, matching words, synchronicities, and really identifying what a synchronicity really is, and what does this all mean? So we can see these things on a daily basis, but deep down, our soul is kind of like, wait, okay, I know I'm connected to the universe right now because I'm attracting these signs and it's communicating to me, but what do I do with it now? And how do I make sense of this? And is this guidance? Should I be taking action on something? And let's start with animals. So when you're seeing strange animals in strange places, or you're seeing reoccurring animals, like in 1 week, maybe you see like 5 flamingos on social media, on billboards. Maybe somebody has a play toy that's a flamingo, and you're like, what does this mean? Well, I like to believe that my guides and angels are sending me this animal because it's prompting me to go look up the spiritual meaning. Animals all hold a beautiful spiritual meaning, and the universe uses these beautiful animals to send you a message. Everything is a message, everything is guidance, and it's your higher self drawing you to see these things because it's saying, hey, go this way, do this thing. So a flamingo might represent, like, hey, let's look it up real fast, right? So this is what I would normally do, and this is what I recommend. You see a flamingo and you're like, what is the universe trying to tell me? You take it in your own hands. You don't go ask anybody else. And you say, okay, flamingo, spiritual meaning in your Google search. I usually take the first message that I see as a sign. Oh, and it's 2 flamingos making a heart. It says flamingo symbolism and meaning include beauty, balance, potential, and romance. And when I just read that, something resonated in my body with balance. Because you know how they stand on one leg? It's like you're learning to balance your life, work, play, diet, exercise, all of it. So when you read the spiritual meaning of that specific animal, you want to pay attention to what your body feels when you're reading certain words. And that is the message for you. So on this journey, we are not looking to gurus and teachers and other people to tell us what these signs mean. We are looking for the meaning within ourselves. And that is the whole purpose of it. The whole purpose of it is to figure out your specific signature, your specific dialogue with the universe. You have your own sacred connection, and you get to identify that. I have so many strange signs that I see that I track that nobody else will have because they don't have my experiences. But I've learned the art of writing it down when I see it, recognizing if it's a repeating sign, like multiple flamingos in 1 week, that's something to look into. And you don't want to overlook it because that is saying, okay, maybe you're not balancing your life. Maybe you're working too hard and you're not resting, but you're stressing about your finances. But we know in the 4D, 5D reality that we're all moving to, we have to do less to receive more. So this flamingo is telling you to take a break, take a couple of days off from work, forget the world for a bit, go by water, go by the beach, relax, and just rest. And when you do this, you'll start to see that, oh my gosh, I just got $5,000 out of nowhere. I think it's because I took a rest. Yes. And the flamingo was telling you to. So this is how the animals work. When you're coming across strange, unique animals, or maybe ordinary animals, and it's reoccurring, or if it's a very significant moment and the animal doesn't run away from you or it connects with you in some way, take your phone out, look up the spiritual meaning, or just pay attention to what you were thinking about when you saw the animal. And sometimes that is just confirmation that if you're thinking about starting a business and then all of a sudden you see a beautiful baby deer, the baby deer is there from spirit saying, yes, follow that thought. Okay, so let's move on to feathers, dimes, pennies, hearts. These feel like more angelic to me. And this is just my perspective. But I like to believe this is a loved one that has passed away that is dropping you these indicators that something is on the way. Something is with you right now, and you can relax and you can settle down. You're protected. And sometimes when it's coins, that could also mean when you're finding money places or winning small amounts in lotteries and scratch offs, or people are just handing you and tipping you like $2 or $3 here and there. This is a sign that you're in receptive mode. You are arms open. You're like, universe, I'm ready to receive. I know I'm worthy of this. So then you start to receive dimes on the ground, pennies on the ground. And again, it's whatever you're feeling in your body. If you find a penny on the ground and you think of a grandfather or an aunt or a child that's passed away and you just feel goosebumps all over your body, then that's them dropping that penny to say hi to you. And in that moment, I want you to pick the penny up, put it against your heart, and say thank you to the loved one. Say, I see you. I love you. Thank you for guiding me on my path. I'm not going to ignore this sign that you just left for me. I'm not just going to pick it up and say, I wonder what this is. You're going to honor it. You're going to say, Spirit world, I see you dropping me signs. Thank you. I needed this. And it's so beautiful when we do this. And if you're seeing feathers, pennies, and dimes and hearts on a continuous basis, write it down. Get a desk calendar, put, I saw a feather on Tuesday, saw a feather on Wednesday, saw a feather on Thursday, and then pay attention to what is happening in your life. What new people are you meeting? What new money are you coming into? What new offer did you just get? Sometimes our manifestations are subtle. And when we see them come in on a Friday, we can then go back to the desk calendar and go, oh my gosh, the universe sent me feathers letting me know that this thing was coming. So now you know that feathers mean ... Whatever arrived on Friday, that's now your cue. That's what I mean by a certain dialogue, a certain signature. The universe will use specific signs to let you know that specific things are coming, and you are the creator of it. So you can call that in. You can say, universe, can you please send me feathers if this thing is going to happen or before this arrives? Put your intention out there and ask for anything. And this is kind of the same as angel numbers. Each angel number has a different meaning. And I'm going to post something on the screen for you guys to read each meaning, because a lot of people are asking me about that. And I like to believe the meanings. And then if it resonates in the moment in your life where you're at. But I also like to see the angel numbers as confirmation that you're in alignment. The timing, the fact that you turn down the street and all of a sudden you're behind this car that has 888, which means abundance. You're like, all right, now I'm in the flow. Now I feel like I'm abundant. Money's going to be coming soon. So these numbers invigorate us. They change our state. So I like to believe that our higher selves, the universe, our angels and guides make us see these numbers to keep our vibration in a good state. And they're also messages. So if you tend to see a lot of eights and then you come into a lot of money, then that's your signature. That's your dialogue. You are now like, okay, this is my communication with money, eights and money. So sevens could mean that as well. I always see sevens before I receive money, but other people say sevens is more about change and career. But everybody is so different. So you kind of have to track it and see, okay, I'm seeing these numbers. And if you're somebody that's saying, well, nothing's coming, I really need you to look at your life. It seems like you might be overlooking something. I've sat on Zoom with so many clients, and when I make them do this as an assignment, they have to track what's happening each day. And then when we connect on Zoom, we go through their bullet list. They email me their bullet list before our Zoom, and then we go over it together. And I help them tune into what is really happening. I had one client who he's manifesting his special person, and he had been painting that day. And on his drive home, he sees a van that says something about painting, and the phone number on the van is literally the same number as his special person. So the odds of the universe reflecting back to him, hey, we saw you painting today, and we know you're manifesting your special person. We're going to draw you to this van so you can see these numbers to connect you, to keep you on the path, to keep you believing that your dreams are coming. And these numbers could have also been an angel number. We don't know. I think it might have been her zip code. I forget, but it is wild, these synchronicities that my clients are having. You couldn't have planned that. You couldn't have manifested that or asked for that kind of sign. And the synchronicity part of it, so the angel numbers, I hope you guys are okay with that. You looked at the meaning and you have to decipher what they mean to you, get a desk calendar, track it. And now let's move on to synchronicities. So synchronicities are things that are happening oh so perfectly at the perfect time, perfect place. You're saying a word and you're hearing it on the radio. You're arriving at this destination just in time to see this person that you really needed to see. And synchronicities just make me smile and they make me giddy. And I'm just like, it is so cool that we live on Earth and we're able to experience this type of magic. Another synchronicity that I recently experienced with a client recently, I went down to the beach where I live and I did a retreat. And I was doing readings for each person that was attending the retreat. And I gave my business card to the one lady. And on the bottom of my business card, it says, Life Whispers, Listen Closely. And she happened to be reading a book called Life Whispers. And after our reading, her book was on the bedside table. She ran it in and she was like, Oh my God, Michelle, you're not going to believe this. I just looked at your business card. Look what book I'm reading. And it literally said Life Whispers. And I was like, Oh my gosh, that's like my tagline on my business card. She's like, I know. She's like, this makes me feel so good that I'm meant to be here. And that's what synchronicities do. It's showing you that you're on the right path and you're in alignment. And we're never really off our path. It's just, are we in a low vibration? That's what I consider being off your path. So sometimes signs, animals, angel numbers, synchronicities, they're there to redirect us to say, hey, you're not feeling so good right now. You're putting crappy food in your body. You're judging people. You're comparing. Maybe you're littering. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not remembering who you are. And these signs are here to get you back in alignment so that you can keep doing your mission and being a good person. It's an awesome guidance tool. So to wrap up this video, signs are a direct line of communication with the universe, and you are responsible for learning your language. You have to track the signs as they come in and be super, super aware of what comes next. And it's usually subtle. Sometimes it's a text, sometimes it's an invite somewhere. And these small little breadcrumbs are leading you to a bigger change in your life, but you just can't see it yet. So all of the signs, maybe you're seeing 1111 a million times in 1 week, and then you get this invitation to go to this lunch and you're like, okay, I'll go. And you're not really thinking anything of it. And then 6 months later, you realize that that lunch changed your life. It changed the course of your life. And sometimes the universe does this. It sends you indicators in mass amounts to say, hey, this is going to change the course of your life. You might not see it yet. We're not going to disclose everything. We're going to leave these small breadcrumbs, and your job is to learn the art of following them, staying grounded, staying in your truth, not getting too obsessed with the signs, and trusting the path. You are always, everybody open up your eyes, ears, and hearts right now. You are always being given the next perfect step. If you're not receiving the step, it's not time yet. I remember in 2020, in May, the world was shut down and I was feeling a call to post more on Instagram, to post readings. And I just felt this urge to do it, to do it, to do it. And I started to do it, but then the feeling was still there. And I was like, well, that didn't satisfy that craving. What am I feeling like I'm being called to do? And I wasn't getting any feedback. So I sat with it. 2 months later, first week in July, I received a DM to create a mindfulness program. This mindfulness program changed the course of my life. It taught me how to film. It taught me my flow and how I'm really good at speaking on camera. I had never done that before. And it brought me so much abundance. It brought me $150,000 in a certain amount of months. And I'm just like, holy cow, I did not know that in May, when I was feeling that itch, I was feeling like I should be doing something, and it just wasn't time yet. July, the breadcrumb came, the DM. I said yes. 2 months later, I started filming. 4 months later, I got my first paycheck of $30,000. And now I have programs that are being sold all over the US and Canada of me teaching kids how to meditate, how to deal with anxiety, how to move their body. I did little mini lessons. And this program is now out there. So I am technically still teaching to this day in classrooms all over the US and Canada. So that small breadcrumb, my feeling in May, was an indicator that something was coming. So trust your feelings, but don't rush it. It is a slow journey. I had to wait 2 months to get the DM. I had to wait 2 months to film because I had my wisdom teeth removed. The universe was throwing me things left and right, and I was learning to have patience. So my best advice to you is learn your signs, write them down, track them. And if nothing comes, then it's not time yet. Be patient. Something is always on the way. You are always getting your next perfect step, but it takes time. You have to become the person that can take the step. I was not ready to film in July. I had a lot of things to learn. I had a lot of fear to move through. So everything is always perfect. So I hope you remember me saying that. Don't rush your journey along. I understand if it's been 5 years, 10 years, and you're still not receiving certain manifestations, there might be other things you're needing to learn or do before it arrives. So trust yourselves and trust the universe and have so much fun pulling in these signs because they are so magical when they arrive. You can't deny it. The feeling is so inexplainable. It's just like, this is why we're alive, to dance with the universe. So like, comment, subscribe, connect your energy to mine, comment below and tell me about your synchronicities, tell me about your signs, tell me about the spirit animals that have been visiting you. They are all here to bring you to your highest path. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.